Hello everyone, this is my first ever playthrough of Final Fantasy Online, and let's have fun today. Let's get into it. See you there. Demon Lord, it pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, Demon Lord, my lady. The gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just arrived. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this morning. Thank you, my lady. Ever since we defeated Gaius Van Belzar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the Eye of the World have followed our every move. Here's remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is never the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of Seven Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorza, not the interest of individual Eorzans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Belsidian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to. Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Yet my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. Recall you our meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Lemosians sent word of summoning of Titan. Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merlib that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds and that the beastmen had just responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she started had invited. I spoke in short the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Limsa, I feel no compulsion to allow the Lemosians to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolve them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief among the refugees that Ala Mahigo could be liberated if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet there is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Demon Lord. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Paplamo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles, neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Old Doll now, and have done with them. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. 'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous, as well as the needy. Thus doth produce the dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have no luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machination, nay, not while the beast tried do labor unseen, defiant and defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known on the Antecedent. Come along, Demon Lord. A panad, Demon Lord, is aught amiss. You desired counsel, and so you shall have it, Minfilia. The scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Uldal. We must do what? So long as we remain within Uldal's territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay will only delay the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Base still lacks in aetherite. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Uldal is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordana. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all essential facilities we require. By way of additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am of course conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Uldal and her people over the years, but I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Uldal is our home. Ethelnod, to cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, and descendant. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the path of the 12 era, that we aspire to an ideal. You and I, just as my grandfather did, that makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as. That will be all, Ethanod. I am sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I cannot very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. Evil doll, has it truly come to this? Oh, Demon Lord, pray attend to Uphanod. He is engaged in some business of others and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Uphanod waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Confound it, she knows what must be done, and she still hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Menophilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Min was her name. Though you may know her better as the songstress of Uldal, she was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorza, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Menophila, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Philemon's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Philemon is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Elude, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minophila's heart might be ogged. I mean to set forth for Venosia at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Ijiruju as the first city of these rumors. O sweet siren of the sands, my cute muse, why have you forsaken me? The Titan Bane, I mean, Demon Lord, what brings you to my humble resort? Philemon, I don't even know how to say that name. You mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recent was the songstress of a doll? The gods, man, if I have ever known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame, to think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say, a tragedy. West it is? West is it? Thank you, Master Giroju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. Well, if it isn't Demon Lord, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with the tasting, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. Hey, you want to know if I've seen a cute lass by the name of Lemon? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Sniff, sniff. I see you have had many grand adventures since the last we spoke, Demon Lord. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago? Oh, does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my power of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities have aroused the Gooby's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and Hillman, I don't. Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Odal, I presume. Menphilia, or should I say, Acilia, is looking for you. Acilia. You are the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is why. Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself, Menphilia, when the time is right. Oh well, that does please me more than you know. But tell me, thorns in the forest of the Nocia side, when exactly will be the right time? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer local wine port, you say? This is not at all how I had envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. Back to 100 gil? Like, come on. I'm level 50 something. Those 100 gils ain't doing nothing for me. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay? Yes. I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the waking sands. Okay, I guess we just show up here. Like the free teleport, I guess. Antecedent, you have guessed. Have a guest. Lemon? Delia. I haven't seen her like this in years, Demon Lord. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead. But what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endangered you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed you every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Asilia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Austilia perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Demon Lord, however. I could not have made it without him. Thank you, Demon Lord. Thank you both. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Ala Mohegan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Adal. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lemin who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know how to survive. I am no stranger to the fact of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp your implications. It is clear that there is much I don't know about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerning mining, and I was very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lemin as a gift. She said it was beautiful, but there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Asilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could have ever hoped. You have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that the words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Asilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Odal. Lamin, you built it once, Asilia. You can build it again, and this time we'll do it together. Truly? Alpanon, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of Baldician. Preparations begin at once. Why she looked mad there first? Oh, more hunger kill. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would never have been established, much less its more heavy fortified successor. However, with construction still going on and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it, to be plain. We need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, Descendant. Really, Elfmandal? If I need concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps. I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am, nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. It is an honor, Antecedent. Upon receiving word that your intentions for Master Ulfnad, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regards. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must be negotiated if it please you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Demon Lord, are you not? May I say with a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Southbourne spoke of you in the most glowing terms, to steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. Well, well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, Demon Lord. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest after all. You have traveled so far, and there's already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. Demon Lord, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the solar. Elfnan has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. You're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. And our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with a new facility and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordana, the Rising Stones. Bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tataru's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. From the waking sands to the rising stone, passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share in expectation of this monumentous day. I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have pledged their full support, General Robin included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestige of our order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise and descendant? If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorza. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition, and the people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorza to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power. Yes, but in so doing, I would show them that this is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us? We who have felt primals and faced down the Empire, to you, my fellow Scions, I would say this. Prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they would be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them as we have time and again, united as one. That's giddy. There must be some way I can. Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Emlyn to teach me the basics of mining too. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Elfenada, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild, mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. His shit don't measure to mine at all. I saved your life, he didn't. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slathborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care of on the road and present us well, Demon Lord. I was told to expect a scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, Demon Lord. You have something for me, yes? Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? With that, we have had a dozen more like you, since we don't, though. We'll just give you the work of a dozen men. Ha! I jest, I jest. It's bad out. Farming big here. What's with this 100 gil? Like, I'm like level 50. Your 100 gil means nothing. Slathborn would show you around the Scions, soon to be home in Revenant. Let's see our new home. Back to do the work of a dozen men, I see. Ah, but I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important man such as yourself has little time for menial tasks, but since you're here, mayhap you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with a good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. It may get a bit recluse at times, but I imagine it'll be as good as as good a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, and I'll show you around. Is that you, Demon Lord? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania, and it would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Is everything quite alright, friend? I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear this is not the time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see to all necessary arrangements. Pray return any time after you've seen your more pressing matters. A messenger from the Twit Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordana. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the Antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the Ixal have summoned Garuda again, or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the Ascendant if there's anything you can do. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Demon Lord. The uh, etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicion, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Oranger says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago. Sigh. Though I had hoped the Mughals guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence halt have been requested to Commander Haluk's. He awaits thee at the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Demon Lord. Ida and Paplamo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. A pleasure to see you as always, Sergeant Zxennie. Thank you for coming so swiftly. I could think of no one more qualified to, but we are getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Not long ago, the Mughal Kuplo Kop visited the Ader's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Mughal kind, one which would imperil the entire 12's wood if left unchecked. You proved it an able ambassador to the Sliffs, and we would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Mughals. The rest you should hear from Kuplo Kop himself. He awaits you within the Elder Seer at the Lotus Stand. The other Scions have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? Please, you have to stop them, but you mustn't kill them. They're not bad Mughals, Kupo. They're just misguided. A gentle no. Firm thrashing is in order. Yes, but no. Calm yourself, Kuplo. Can you not see that he hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful am I that you have come, Demon Lord, and upon such short notice, truly, Gridania could not wish a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplo Kop has brought us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Mughal Mog has returned to Eorza. A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Mughal mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Mughals served the gods to the heavens. It was quite nice up there. Unspeakably beautiful, unimaginable spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine, Kupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Mughals. So good King Mughal Mog, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Mughals should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down, but good King Mughal may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Mughals came to this land, Kupo. All of us except good King Mughal may his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens so that Mughal kind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand, that being your reason for contacting us, yes? He tied the rope to something good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorza. The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Mughal Mog is a myth-made manifestation via means akin to those employed by the best tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Mughals with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard, and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the ultimate weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure? Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorza has been brought onto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace would doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Mughal's guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones in their homes, come what may. I assure you, the Mughal's guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of good Mughal King Mog, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they've started to get a little carried away, Kupo. Verging on a lot, in fact. Like the sliffs who summoned Ramu, you mean? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Mughals in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he possesses a threat not only to Mughal but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, Demon Lord, confront good King Mughal Mog and drive him from our midst. Humbly, I do thank you. Not humble if you say humbly all the time. The sanctuary of the Mughal's guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Isamayan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. Welcome, Demon Lord. Welcome. That you should be the one to face good King Mugmog is of great comfort to me and to the elements both. As I am sure you know, the Mughals are not by their nature a warlike race, yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary and inform me when you are ready to seek out the king. The ward barring access to the King's Sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones. The self-same method employed 5 years ago when the first king was summoned to Eorza. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elements, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplo Kop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Mughals guard themselves. Yet, wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the king's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and I dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Mughals might succumb to the corruption influence of their liege lord. We must need have Kuplo Kop's keystones, Demon Lord. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at West Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield. So, how will you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that. Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweetbloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us? By consorting with this Ara. Ooh, you must. Imperials, Gradanians, Sliffs, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to his kinsmoogle, he plot treason against the crown. Enough, Kublo Kab will answer for his crime soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Mughal Mog. May he reign forever, Kupo. The king is planning to purge the Twelveswood of his enemies, Kupo. Got to stop him before it's too late. So he's being bad guy. The entrance of Thornmarch is deep within the bramble patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward. But be warned, the Mughals guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kupo. Okay, sweet. At least I don't have to beckon him. I don't know which one I'm supposed to do. I just keep walking around this? Okay, he does follow up that. Okay. So if I go all the way over there. Another hostile bird? Oh. Was my bird not out? Oh yeah, I got a little buffalo now. There's something still attacking you? What do you mean took all my shit? Oh, I thought the two big things that were in front of us. Where's my bird? I literally just used one of these. We're here, Kupo. I don't see any more beasts, do you? Are you ready to face the king, Kupo? Step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus like when you attune to an aetherite. Kupo, I'll open the way for you. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach those foolish moogles a lesson and send the king back whence he came. Cute little moogles. Kupo, who in the seven hells are they? Meddling adventures, I'd wager. Moogles guard to arms defend the king, Kupo. Beat up. It's just set on hard. Why are you running away? Stop. You're supposed to stay with us so you take less damage if we all get hit by it. Oh, why is my button not working? There, Jesus. Oh, that was... Oh, that's great. That's gonna hit me. Dang, I was hoping there'd be like a cute little Moogle, like, companion or something. You did it, Kupo. You did it, good King Moogle. Mog may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more. I shudder to think what might have happened. You had not stopped the Moogle's guard when you did. Thank you, Demon Lord. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Ukni Pak that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Rhea O at the Camp Tranquil, and you can relay the news to the chieftain. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Moogle Mog, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all. Has fallen? All Moogle kind owes you a debt, Kupo. I sense Rhea O wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Sorry, train. Your bravery and service to the Twelveswood and her Moogles shall not be forgotten, Demon Lord. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tales of this great victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Strand and tell her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. Elder Seer is expecting you. Sure, may I show you in? Why, yes, you may. Demon Lord, you are returned to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus I have 2 reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you'd be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Then it is we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Mughals don't worship him. For one thing, he's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in the crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Mughals called forth a being that by right should not exist. Moreover, when slain, she said being left no corpse, the ether which comprised him, instead being scattered to the 4th winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means, Ascians, this whole business reeks of their handiwork. Lupo? They said it was a masked man who had taught them how years ago, but Gardania has no shortage of masked men and never thought to question. And found it all. How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear, so long as there are paragons to stir the embers, pools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames. Ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation, a somber though but a solitary one. My heartfelt thanks, Demon Lord. Already the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Servant Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing the other matter. The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, milady. While Ida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seed Seer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and apprise the antecedent of all that has transpired. It is good to see you hale and healthy, Demon Lord. I received word from Ida and Paplamo that you had felled good King Mugulmog, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was as they said, summoned with the same method used by the Beast tribes and taught by the Ascians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seed Seer of our usefulness. Our offer of additional support could not have come at a better time, my thanks, Demon Lord. Owing to the tireless effort of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing in irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly. But on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Demon Lord. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Oranger. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our order's history. Mayhaps it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Oranger shall remain here and devote his energy to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alce shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require our assistance, I have their assurance that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Oranger, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something important. Thou art ever welcome, Demon Lord, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verify the countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhaps thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history. And man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestors, faded by the eons, and still many gloreth in his discoveries. 'Tis thou his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Be not offended, Demon Lord, thy conduct hath even been beyond reproach. Despite the surpassing strength and all the many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the fallen of the forebears. Mayhaps it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lesson of history. Would that the same could be said of whence came that cry, the solar 12 for land that ascendant? Demon Lord, you must. Tell me, Lucas, would you have done the same? Lucas Leafer was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I never would would that I had met him prior to his passing. Oh, he's got a white robe on. And Ascian, here, how readily you see you are indeed gifted and descendant. But you are not like the others, your robes. Gifted but ignorant, yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary, unlike he who came before. I have no quarrel with you. He who you speak of, La Habrea. La Habrea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still? I only confirm that which you already knew. There's no ascension, no oblivion, only expulsion. You, what are? We're ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave, but I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected she lacks the gift and knowledge both. To her, we are instinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few, even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me, nothing. The gifts grant you clarity, it grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. La Brea did not think so highly of the echo. La Brea is wrong about a great many things. The echo is indeed a gift, a blight, one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be one mind. I leave as I came in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait, stay where you are. Ah, mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her child from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the Adore, I wonder? So he said, come in peace, and she's like, stop, talk to you. He's like, oh. I take it there is no need to explain. Save your concern, he did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you alright? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Aranger, send word to the students of Baldascion. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tombs in particular. If there is any reference to an Essian robe in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Essian, milady? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Asians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find him, Demon Lord. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Pray attend me, Tataru.